In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Hello everyone, Science Viking here, and it's time to return to Darkest Dungeon. Well, I'm saving my heirlooms for something special, and we don't really have enough gold to upgrade anybody any further, so it's time for a mission. Let's see what they've got for us. Could get more critical dice, and All Saints Day. Lost and Found is not really that good of an event. A Caregivers Convention would be nice. Also, the Solar Crown is a pretty good item. Alternatively, we could potentially take on the Siren. It'll get us a Legendary Bracer, which is rather nice, as well as the Conch. Let's see. Who would I bring? Because the question is, people being forced out of position is very common when fighting the Siren, so I need to bring people who don't really mind being out of position. Let's see. A Man-at-Arms minds it a little bit, but can use abilities like Defender no matter what position he's in, and can use Rampart to get into position. How far back? Let's see. A Hellion can use Breakthrough from any position, but I would need a Hellion who knows Breakthrough. Let's see. I could drop Zealous Accusation for Holy Lance, and that would give Adenel a way of getting into position. So... let's see, I could bring Damour, because a Vestal can use most of her abilities from any position, or from any of the rear positions. And I mean, we need a Vestal no matter what, so a Vestal having problems with this isn't really something I can do anything about. I could bring Clarinel, and then I could bring Koliar. He'd prefer being farther back, and I think Clarinel would prefer being farther forward, or would do fine being farther forward. And then for the front runner, the options are Sordival or Adenel. Let's see. It's really a choice between Defender and Inspiring Cry. Because the thing is, Adenel has the advantage that I can give him Holy Lance so that he can deal damage and move forward if he gets placed in the back. Honestly, I think I'm going with Adenel. Not having a full tank isn't ideal, but I think it's okay. I just need to make sure and remember to drop one of his abilities for Holy Lance before we go and fight the boss. Which, we all know I'm going to forget to do that. He'll end up locked in the back position and everyone will die. But just on the off chance that I remember it, he can be really helpful. Alright. Let's see. Now for trinkets. Sort by character class restriction. Actually, unequip all trinkets and then sort by character class restriction. We can get the Sacred Scroll, and then we don't have another Vestal specific one, but the Ancestor Scroll should be good. Let's see, the critical dice I definitely want. And 12% death blow resistance or 30% bleed chance. I'm gonna go with the death blow resistance. The effect when the torch level is low isn't really helpful, but I'm not really that concerned about his stress level. Him not being able to die could be really helpful. Let's see. Increased trap disarm chance, increased scouting chance, but boost maximum HP. I'm gonna go with the Blighting Satchel and the Sickening Satchel, though, to have increased damage against the Blighted and increased Blight skill chance. And for you, definitely Holy Orders. The death blow resistance alone makes it worth it, and we have other benefits. Let's see, the Paralyzer's Crest or the Defender's Seal. I'm gonna go with the Paralyzer's Crest. Alright. It's a very defense-oriented team, I think. Or, well, a defense-oriented skill set. Actually, really, it's just the Crusader who's defense-oriented. Oh. Some heroes don't have camping skills equipped. Clarinel has... Oh, I didn't equip Knight moves. Alright. And wish me luck. Let's hope we don't get anybody else killed. Grab some shovels. Some more medicinal herbs. Get anti-venom and bandages. A couple of keys. Holy water. Do not forget the torches. Though we do have a good number of ways to increase torch level. And do not forget the food either, because we need it to live. Is that enough food? That's enough food. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Let's hope we survive.
Under the blood moon, I lured my wide-eyed prey to the pier's edge. Before she could properly appreciate her position, I clamped on a manacle, chaining her to the leering idol. A small push was sufficient to send both into the icy waters. And when at length the tide receded, jewels of the most magnificent grandeur lay scattered upon the shore.
And the ancestor is evil. Who knew?
I always wondered what became of the unfortunate little waif.
And on our first... and in the first room we have Mega Scouting. Room battle with Curio, room battle with Curio, but none of... I'm betting this is the boss. But this has saved me the trouble of having to investigate any of these rooms, so let's go this way. And wealth beyond measure. And now ship beyond measure.
Another misfortune.
Quite a few obstacles in this one. Let's see, we need to investigate this room anyway to confirm the boss isn't here. We may as well avoid this obstacle since there are a lot of them in this dungeon and we only have so many shovels. Ah, great. Shocker? Minus 10% stun resistance. I'm not sure that's worse than what he had before, so that's not that bad. 50 gold and 2 torches. That was not worth a shovel. Ooh, Squiffy Ghast, new enemy type. He looks like the kind of enemy that buffs his teammates, though the game is unwilling to tell me anything about his abilities. Also, we have a bloated thrall. Let's see. Let's start with Pick to the Face to... What's its blight resistance? Only 50%. Let's try blighting it. Ooh, critical.
Executed.
And blight him and smite him. And there we go.
Onslaught. Destroy them all.
Actually gonna go with Harvest. See if we can get rid of both of those. Okay, the Ghast is bleeding.
The
which
blood quickens.
looks like he shouldn't be able to do. Alright, I don't know what the Ghast can do, and I don't want to. Let's see if we can stun him. We cannot. Alright. Well, we're gonna find out what he does. Maddening Shanty, I'm guessing is like Stress Wave. Essentially, yeah, though apparently it also includes a debuff. Okay, Clarinel is really quite bleeding. Alright, let's add to the damage over time on the Ghast. And at this point, one instance of Smite should be able to finish the job. Ooh. And... oh. That's... he really likes to inflict that stress.
The birthplace of dread.
Okay, that's at least the end of the...
and improvement.
Okay, the paralyzing stinger is out. He's bleeding for 4 and blighted for 4, and he has 20 hit points. Unfortunately, the Crusader can't reach him. Let's see if we can stun the champion. Alright. And the Vestal's stun finally ended. Well, Clarinel, you deal extra damage to blighted. The Ghast is blighted. Why don't you do the math? And Harvest should finish. Actually, let's go with Slice Off just to make really sure it dies.
Slowly, gently.
Okay,
This is how a life is taken.
that just leaves the champion. And I managed to stun him again. Unfortunately, without mark exploitation, I forgot to heal Adenel's bleeding. Oops.
Sedated.
Well, that bodes well for the rest of the mission. And we finally got 4 on the floor. Getting rid of the special champion level version, enemies from each area. He has plus 100% stun resistance. At this point, we're not stunning him anymore. However, I have a Jester with Battle Ballad. Alright, I'll stick with Divine Comfort. It's restoring a lot. Okay. Let's fix the Crusader's bleeding. And let's just go with good old-fashioned Smite. Won't get the extra damage to Unholy, but I think we can live without it. Thou art judged! Alright. I'm gonna have to switch this for Inspiring Tune soon, though, just to reduce the stress levels. I think we can end the fight here if this connects. Yep, there we go. Crushed by justice. I love the Crusaders so much. Okay, I'm gonna quick drop Battle Ballad for Inspiring Tune to keep the stress levels under control. I'm not gonna risk one of our only 2 shovels on the Giant Oyster, though. We've had a lot of obstacles already, and there are probably gonna be more. Whoa. Traps, too.
Curious is the trap maker's art.
Same thing with
His
the
efficacy
barnacles for the
unwitnessed
same
by his own eyes.
reason. This is a particularly rough dungeon composition. Okay, so this was just empty, which means we managed to avoid an obstacle. At least that's good. But yeah, this dungeon composition is a bit tougher than usual. And a madman, and he's going straight for the Vestal with accusation. There's no way that can end badly. Alright. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna have, Clarinel focus on getting rid of the crazy person before he causes more trouble than he already has. Ow. Call of the Deep. What exactly does that do? Increased damage. That's not really very effective. Okay, Clarinel's in some trouble, but right now we need to focus on Inspiring Tune to keep the Vestal from losing it.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
And yeah, put Clarinel back together, please. Okay, focus on one Piranha until it dies. Focus harder, Adenel. Focus a lot harder. Alright. And Thrown Dagger. One more of those and we're done. Alright. Unfortunately, yep. And he's concentrating on the Vestal. Yeah, an Afflicted Vestal will make this a very difficult mission. Like right now, if the Vestal were to lose a turn due to being inflicted, we would probably lose Clarinel. Okay, at least this one isn't targeting Clarinel again. Okay, Divine Grace. I mean, that 13 healing is nice, but the enemy's doing a lot of damage. Alright. Alright, Adenel, I want you to focus really hard. Okay, concentrate harder. Come on. Come on. Just remember your training. Remember back to the part about hitting things. I want you to try to do that. You're supposed to be hitting people. Okay. And the crazy person is really, really determined to afflict the Vestal. Well, on his next turn he dies, so I'll just have Clarinel start on the Shaman. Alright. Still need more Inspiring Tune. 12 stress per round for 4 rounds. Accusation has done a lot of damage. That's not even getting into the amount of damage we're taking from the Seaward Slash. Let's try Stunning Blow, see if we can take... That doesn't hit either.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism.
Okay, critical healing, that's good. That's the first good news we've had in this fight. And of course you use Stress Wave. Why would you use anything else ever? At this point... Actually, no. I was gonna say at this point the Jester needs to start causing damage, but no, because if the Vestal becomes afflicted, everyone dies probably. We need to keep her from being afflicted, not inflicted. Okay. And Thrown Dagger, you have protection of 0. If this hits, yeah, like that.
A faint hope blossoms.
Unfortunately, Clarinel, it's long past the time where you should start successfully dodging things. See, Adonel's finally decided to start hitting people. Alright. Honestly, Clarinel is kind of the MVP of this fight. She's taken most of the damage, she's caused most of the damage, and she just won't quit, even with a mortality debuff. Which fortunately you can't. Oh, you.
Facing the abyss.
Which fortunately you can't get a mortality debuff a second time. Alright. You know, poison darts will definitely kill these things. I'm gonna go with that. It won't, because it now. Ah, shit. Okay. Okay, she survived. Heal Inspiring Cry. Get her off of Death's Storm. The rest can come later. A time to perform beyond one's limits. And now the other guy's about to have a mortality debuff. Flashing daggers can't. Okay, just pick to the face. Just get rid of the front piranha.
Give them no quarter.
Right. Just keep using Inspiring Tune. Try to get the stress levels down. Okay. And Adonel has finally earned some healing. He gets healing because he finally managed to hit something. Alright, see if we can stun the piranha. It only has 50% stun resistance. Okay, good. Finally, things are moving in the right direction. Right. Stress levels are unbelievably high. Everybody's health is really low. But we're at least moving in the direction of not dead. Divine Grace again. You know, I should give Damour some credit. When facing incredibly high stress levels, she keeps getting critical healing. I suppose she's just really feeling the beat. Alright. And end it, Clarinel.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Ooh. We at least got some impressive loot from that. However, I think this. I wish someone else could have gotten that stress reduction. However, yeah, we've reached the end of our scouting too. It's time to rest because I want everyone to live. All right.
Circle in the dark.
Feast.
The battle may yet be won.
Okay. Sanctuary, which will also. Okay, it won't remove the mortality debuff, but it will grant benefits to counteract it. Every rose has its thorn. Alright, the stress levels are a bit more manageable. Stand tall on Clarinel to remove the mortality debuff. And let's see, all we have left is Pep Talk and Night Move, so let's get some scouting chance. Okay, there we go. This reminds me of that time in the Weald, just without all the spiders.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted.
Okay, still no
and
scouting.
purpose is made clear.
Alright. Anti-venom. Okay, that just heals, it doesn't reduce stress, I wasn't sure. Ah, bandits! Ah, blanket fire. Well, I can still hit you with flashing daggers. Ooh, I can hit you hard with flashing daggers. Alright, smite the one who's already wounded. Adenel, are you sure you're not a leper? Because you're behaving like a leper right now.
Strike. The wounds of war.
Divine comfort, because I need to see some 8s.
But never hidden.
And Koliar, inspire yourself. You know what? Harvest should end the hunting.
Well
It did.
struck.
Alright, zealous accusation.
A devastating blow.
Ah, just one cutthroat all alone. And instead of running away like he should, he decided to attack and miss. You know, seriously, I understand with like the monsters and the fish people and stuff, but seriously, bandits, learn when to run away. Just help me help you. I don't want to kill you guys if I don't have to. Learn when to run and you won't have to die. On the other hand, you could die and I could take your stuff. So, you know,
These
it's a win for me either way.
can be felled. They can be beaten.
Okay. What to drop? Okay, successful scouting, which tells us what? Only that there's a battle there. Drop the Onyx for 12 crests. And I'll hold on to everything else for now. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is where the boss is, but it could be here. Okay, I can hold up that. I really need to treat Adenel's whichever trait makes him do that. Okay, and spin the battle roulette. Is this going to be horrible suffering or relatively straightforward? And I see the ghast in the back. Horrible suffering it is. Alright. Let's see. Poison darts on... I'll go with the ghast because the jester can take care of the other guys. Alright, and stumbling scratch. Okay, now what? I'm just gonna use smite on the champion. You're gonna use miss on the champion. Right. Harvest on the guys who most need to be hit by harvest. And really not a lot of good that you can do down there. Or just heal everyone. I'd rather have her stun something, but unfortunately the ghast is protected, and the champion, we wouldn't benefit from stunning him. Or the champion or the other guy. Wait, they're both champions. One is a cultist, the other is a Pelagian. That's the only difference.
A singular strike.
Ooh, critical 3 damage. Yeah, singular strike. Unfortunately, it did a singular damage. Off-kilter jig. What does that do? Horror is what that does. Yeah, this guy is just stress incarnate. Like, stress made flesh. Okay. Ooh. Vestal has a long list of problems, and it's about to get one more.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Right. Step 1, make the cultist go away. Treat that with a bandage, and yeah. just gonna have the Vestal move back into position, even if it means she can't heal herself. She isn't on death's door yet.
Impressive.
Ooh. Indeed. Dirk stab your way back into position and miss the cultist again. Maddening shanty. Okay, just let Defender end. For fuck's sake, let Defender end so that I can kill you. You're enemies, you're not supposed to stay alive! Ah, great, and the Vestal's afflicted.
Fear and frailty finally claim their due.
Well, see if we can stun something. We can. That's helpful. Right. Shadows are crawling. This place is alive with evil. Alright. One time I absolutely needed someone to come out virtuous, they didn't. Of course, I did give her the ancestor scroll, so I did bring this on myself, just a bit. Of course, the amount that the enemy's been focusing on her is not my fault. Who am I kidding? Everything is my fault. I answered the letter. Okay, at least off-kilter Jig missed. That's good.
A decisive
Critical
doubling.
poison darts is always good. And just keep healing yourself and try to survive. Smite can't reach the gas, but I can kill the witch. Okay. I do have two different heroes with abilities that reduce stress, so once the ghast is dead, I can de-stress the Vestal possibly all the way down to 0. Alright. If that had hit, that would have been great. But you can't reach the ghast, so just use Inspire and Cry.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
And of course, you would use Barnacle Barrier. Well, at this point, okay, Koliar's gonna need to take care of himself a bit too. The good news is the Ghast will die next turn regardless.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
So I have the ability to spend some time de-stressing people. Yep. Alright, Clarendel, just use that corpse for target practice. A little bit of healing. And I seriously doubt I'm going to be able to reduce your stress level to 0 before we have to kill this thing. But I can always try. We need to finish this fight quickly. Right, throw dagger on the corpse. Critical on the corpse. Inspiring Tune. I can at least get her stress level to be low. Inspiring Cry. I mean, she's losing 20 points of stress per
A blazing
round.
star is born.
Oh, I didn't know that that was possible. Well, I flew too close to the sun. I have been punished. The game even tried to warn me, but I didn't realize it. Well, may as well keep it up with the Inspiring Tune. They don't have anybody who specializes in inflicting stress. Now I just need to concentrate on killing the reinforcements. Assuming I can pull that off. Zealous Accusation. That did less damage than I was hoping it would. Alright. Divine Comfort.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Inspiring Tune. Just keep up the Inspiring Tune. We're almost there. Of course, Koliar's own stress level is getting a little high. Poison Dart will definitely kill the champion if it bites. And it did. Spear fishing. Again. Okay, so then Stunning Blow on the other champion. Let's see if we can get rid of him. Or rather, if we can exclude him from the fight for a second.
Death by inches.
Poison Darts on the champion again. He's down to 34 stress. This may actually be it. This may be my first instance of successfully de-afflicting someone. Well, I suppose there's a first time for everything. Okay, retreating was actually... The affliction actually just helped me. The affliction made her move back without using up her turn. That's exactly what I need to do. Alright, Stunning Blow, because that will remove Defender if it works. And it did. Which means now I can poison the Piranha. Alright. It'd be really nice if that could get a critical. Siren Slash. Alright. Divine Comfort. There's always the chance of a critical, and that's always a bit of stress reduction. Alright. Inspiring Cry. Reduce your stress by a further 8. It'll still take 2 more stress reduction abilities to remove her affliction, but not having an afflicted Vestal is worth it. Let's get the Piranha taken care of. It's almost taken care of. Alright. And while I know I need to end the fight quickly, let's just do that. And her affliction is gone. Divine Comfort. Now we just need to... Alright. Now we just need to get rid of this guy. Alright. Just keep stacking the blight damage. The fish don't deal well with poison. Koliar a little farther away from stress himself. And we've essentially managed to have like a battlefield mental health clinic. I'm actually proud of this. I really... Wait, yeah. And I can even keep him stunned. It really shouldn't surprise me that if you dawdle too long fighting a group of enemies, reinforcements show up. I'm sure people have tried to exploit that to heal their people during the fight. Well, one more inspiring tune.
The slow death. Unforeseen.
And there we go. 14 turns, but we survived.
Trifling victory.
And no one is afflicted.
But a victory nonetheless.
Okay, successful scouting too. I'm really glad I used night moves. Okay. And we know where the boss is. And we can even de-stress Koliar mid-trip by letting him have a nice relaxing trap disarmament. Assuming... There we go. The Jester is one of the better heroes for doing that. Ooh. He can fail, though.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Right. Let's see. I'm actually going to drop Inspiring Tune in spite of its stress effects for Battle Ballad, because frankly, Koliar is going to have his resolve tested at some point during this fight. It's almost a certainty, and using Inspiring Tune will prevent that. Instead, I'm just going to have him use Battle Ballad as many times as he can to increase the damage everybody does, including himself. Except, I'm talking like we're going straight into the boss fight when we're actually not. There's a hallway battle yet. That's what okay, that was a preview of something I'm going to do in the future. First, let's kill these guys. Oh, and it's not even a difficult hallway battle. Okay, now that I've said that, watch me eat all of my words. Some blight. Yeah, we didn't surprise this enemy. Wait, Clarinel is fast if she can move faster than the Stingers without surprising. Please don't stun. Please don't stun. Please don't stun. Thank you. Thank you for not stunning. Not spear. Damn it. I told you not to use spear fishing. Well, he resisted the move. And he's back to full health now. Alright, Koliar, just break out your jam. Break out your jam. You got the music in you. Just keep jamming away and we'll be fine. Alright. Alright. One person is stunned. Let's see if they make it two. Great, he has vampiric spirits. He did resist, and he's stunned too. Oh.
Reeling, about to break.
Well, he's in some trouble now. Alright. Stinger would survive with one hit point too. Alright. Just pick to the face to, well, in theory, get rid of that one. I actually should have had Koliar move. I'm really not liking their ability to stun people. Alright. Well, at least he's probably not going to die. Right. Koliar, move back one. Let's see who's going to be stunned this round. Oh, no, not stun. Instead, it's something much nicer. Bleeding. Well, at least bleeding is something we can treat. Let's just heal everybody. We're going into a boss fight. We want as many hit points as we can have. Also, while Koliar is almost certainly going to become afflicted, I can at least delay it. Make it happen later in the boss fight. And of course, Throwing Dagger does 7 damage when I need to go for 10. I swear it does this just to torment me. And Koliar is at this point becoming a human petri dish. May as well heal that. I mean, you can't cure the diseases, but you can at least restore the hit points. Okay, Adenel, remember this. You are not a leper, you are a crusader. So hit. Good. Good, Adenel. Good, crusader. That's what crusaders are supposed to do.
Wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Okay. I'm not going to hold on to one food, so I'll take deeds. And I really need to get rid of that quirk. And I may as well drop the holy water. Alright. And now is where I change... That's the wrong hero. Now is where I change Koliar's Inspiring Tune for Battle Ballad. Okay. Well, Clarinel, I've got something for you to kill. Let's see if we can pull this off this time.
The aquatic devils have remade the poor girl in their image.
And whose fault is that, asshole?
And their slave.
Okay. Blight resistance is high but manageable. Okay, Devour isn't that bad. Bleeding can be managed. If I can keep her stunned, that would be good, but Stunning Blow only has a 40% chance of stunning. Well, it did it. Alright. Divine Comfort. Just keep healing everyone. Just heal through it. I will live forever here with my love. And I'm going to regret how thoroughly I upgraded his bleeding abilities. Okay, she's bleeding for a lot. She gets advantage. And Thrown Dagger only does 10. I think I just need to concentrate on stacking Blight damage, especially since she gets 2 actions per round. That means she takes Blight damage twice a round. Whoa. I forgot. I said I was gonna do it, and then I did it. I forgot to equip Holy Lance. Well, I better hope that Adenel doesn't get knocked out of position, because it'll take him quite a while to wander his way back into line. And his resolve is tested, and courageous.
A
Be calm, we shall live to suffer another day. Well, I'm really glad I didn't keep Inspiring Tune then. Alright, I should probably focus on just stacking bleeding or blight damage, though I don't know. She has a trinket that increases her damage to blighted enemies. And the Siren really likes Koliar. And he resisted it. Okay, her stun resistance, let's see, I have a 40% chance to stun with Dazzling Light, and if I could do it, that'd be really good, but I can't. Who's she gonna pick this time? Oh, High Tide, summoning a Piranha. Let's see if we can remove him from the equation momentarily. Here, clean your wounds with this whiskey, I have lots! And now for the real purpose of Koliar. Buff everything. Alright. And, with your increased damage, critical rate, and accuracy, let's see what this does. Damage. Damage is what this does. And, the greatest thing about Battle Ballad? It stacks. Alright, let's see if we can stun the Siren again. Stunning will only deny her one of her 2 actions, but that still is something. And Zealous Accusation. We can damage the boss and the minion at the same time. Efficient. Okay, she managed to get Koliar back. Still, that took her a lot of work, and he pretty much managed to serve his purpose by boosting everyone's damage and critical rate. Okay, she's not blighted anymore. Clarinel, fix that. Alright, this is... Every time I go in expecting to lose, things go well. Do not threaten my queen. Harvest, critical harvest. With bleeding to boot. Alright. Well, at least the grouper's gone. Adonel managed to accomplish something. Devour at least isn't that bad. I mean, it's kind of bad, but Harvest is a lot worse. Pressure Crash is even less bad. I mean, stress is not something I like, but... And yeah, Koliar, just keep buffing everyone. Alright, she's bleeding for quite a bit. We're gonna have to fix that. And since it's blighted, let's do some extra damage. And since its stun resistance is only 100%, only 100%. Oh, that's bad. That's intensely apocalyptically bad. Well, the good news is that the Vestal skipped her turn. This actually raises an interesting question. If she takes control of an afflicted hero who has an affliction that sometimes makes them skip their turn, will they skip their turn while they're under the control of the Siren? Stunning blow. Always stunning blow. And I fight for love. And pass again. Okay. This means that all she gets to do is whatever High Tide does. Or whatever High Tide does. Why can I not remember how to talk? Wait a second. What's her bleed resistance? Is 100%. Harvest is 140. Slice off is 140% base. I'm gonna try that. Let's see if we can get some bleeding in addition to the blighting. Apparently not. Okay, High Tide. There's another Piranha. But we have our Vestal back. Ooh. Clarinel showing everyone how it's done, as always. Let's see if we can stop the Piranha from doing its thing. Only 27 more hit points. Let's see if one more critical from Clarinel will end this. A little bleeding will too. Okay, it's not. It's a critical from Koliar, but it's close enough. Okay, if we survive Pressure Crash, all we have to do. Okay, we just have to hit it with anything. Judgment, perfect. That does almost nothing. I'm really glad you know that. Really glad you know that, Downmore. Okay, we literally just have to hit it with anything. And there we go. That's it. That's the end of the Siren. But you know what? Adonal, you've held up pretty well for this mission. Why don't you do the honors? That is the perfect end to this mission. There's no way it could be. I don't know. Koliar gets. Okay, no, Koliar gets to finish it off. There's. This perfectly anticlimactic. The Crusader is about to deliver the finishing blow, and he misses, and she dies of poison. Koliar had to step in and deliver a finishing blow just to have a proper ending. You need to have a properly dramatic ending to your boss fight. Koliar understands the showmanship that inherently goes into something like this. And we got a longevity eye patch. That's great. And we've beaten a boss. I'm not pushing my luck, especially with this much loot. I say as I accidentally click on the continue adventuring button because I don't know what I'm doing. We got some loot this time! In addition to the Siren's conch, which is going to be amazing in some of the other boss fights. And just let it gradually tally up the insane number of heirlooms we found. And there we go. And Adonal is resolve level 6. Okay, Clarinel's an alcoholic. Koliar has numerous diseases, but he gets extra speed if his health is low. He could have worse quirks. Damour is evasive. That replaced Manslayer. Evasive is a lot better than Manslayer on a vessel, though. And she's fascinated with corpses. That could end badly. But that's another boss fight taken care of.
Seditionists and heretics skulk in the alleys. They must be found out.
Oh, idle Houndmasters receive extra experience. Well, I'll make sure and leave all the Houndmasters idle so they can receive some experience. Alright, Damour. What stress relief activity do you do? Yeah, Damour, go transept yourself. Adonal, meditate. I'm just gonna treat everyone. They're all kind of on the edge of needing it. With the exception of Koliar, I'm gonna treat his, Wait, no, Clarinel's fine. She's only at, like, 30% or so. Clarinel can wait. She's like, no, send me out again. I got this. I'm fine. However, got some diseases to treat. I'll treat the lethargy first. How many leeches does this really take? Okay, now I just need more patient cells. I need 60 heirlooms, so I need to gain 27 busts. However, I don't have... Alright, I need to trade something other than crests. So let's trade away some deeds. Okay, now I need... I have 43, I need 60, so I need 17 busts. I can get that with crests. Alright. Wait, no, I can't because I only need 38 crests. And I can finally max out the sanitarium. Alright. Not a huge deal right now, but when a caregivers convention rolls into town, well... Let's see. I do think I'm going to treat one of Clarinel's quirks. Let's see. Bloodthirsty could be a problem, but I think Clumsy is actually worse. A quick treat that. I also should treat Adonal's issue, but I can't really do that when his stress level is being treated. Actually, you know what? It's not worth 4,500 gold right now to treat that. I'll save that for when we have a caregivers convention. I can basically engineer those at this point. Let's see about upgrading Bretuli is maxed out. Let's see. I can upgrade Sword of All's command once. How's Bowen? Wait a second. Purge buffs his accuracy. Yeah, but upgrading it doesn't increase how much it buffs his accuracy. Alright. Who else to upgrade? Let's see if Sigmund is... Nope, she's maxed out. Duquesne could use some work, though. Let's see. Fairfax could maybe use some work, but how's Canubian? Nope, he's good. Yeah, I don't have a lot of heroes to upgrade. Though I can upgrade Bertrand's Battlefield Medicine and Emboldening Vapors. How's Lovett? No, Lovett is good. How's Vane? Yeah, a lot of people are pretty much as upgraded as they need to be. Just watch me gradually scroll through and see who I can upgrade. Upgrade Fairfax's armor. Oh, that's Sigmund. Nope. I'll be very surprised if Sword of All isn't maxed out. I know Bretuli is. Well, I may as well upgrade the up-and-coming man-at-arms. Because, well, we'll need him later. And Bowen is maxed out. Altard is not. Well, the up-and-coming leper could use some work, too. But for the rest of our gold, I think I'm going to hold on to it. I don't really have any obvious deficiencies that can be filled in with it, and we've pretty much spent all of our heirlooms. So, I'm going to get us up a fresh recording file in the hopes of warding off any further recording problems. So, I will be back in a moment. Alright, with our lovely fresh recording file, let's see if the Nomad has anything impressive. You know, the damage stone is actually not that bad. The Redemption Armlet, I think we already have one of those. Knight's Crest for a Crusader could be good. Stun Charm is alright. Do I want to get the Damage Stone? For the right hero, that could be really good. I will, and then to make sure that we can fund the next expedition, I'm going to sell some of our less useful stuff. We don't need 4 heavy boots. I can afford to sell a few of those. Selling 2 of the 4 that we have should be good. Alright. And now, for real, let's embark. We could take on the Gibbering Prophet. Because the Prophet's eye... Of course, the eye increases accuracy. As well as the Wounding Helmet, which increases the Bounty Hunter's raw damage at the expense of everything else. Let's see. Who can I bring on such a mission? No, we can't take on the Prophet this time because we don't have a champion level Vestal, and I'm not taking on the Prophet without a Vestal. So... So we're only 30% of the way to this boss. I could create a caregivers convention. That could actually be very helpful. Who would we bring on such a mission? Vane? Sordival. I'm gonna put Clarinel back in storage. Lovett. Should Lovett be in position... He really doesn't care whether he's in position 2 or position 3. And Canuville. Actually, I'll reverse these two. Yep, I'd say that's definitely a viable team for this mission. Now let's just equip them. Let me see. I'm going to give our bounty hunter the Hunter's Talon and the Legendary Bracer. Alright, Lovett can use a Sharpening Sheath, and yeah, the Drifter's Buckle should be plenty for him. Need to take Koliar's equipment so that I can give it to, what's his name? Canuville. And for the other... So, we've had a Sordival on every mission this episode. I guess we can't leave home without a Sordival, without someone named Sordival, apparently. And since we're not bringing a Vestal, I'll bring Medix Greaves and Vengeful Greaves. Actually, you know what? We shouldn't bring Sordival. We should bring a... Actually, no, the one we can most spare is Canuville. I'm going to leave Canuville here to bring Sigmund. Which means I also need to take Damour's equipment and give it to Sigmund, but we shouldn't go without a Vestal just for safety reasons, and also we need more champion-level Vestals, so Sigmund honestly needs the experience more than Canuville does. And this Caregivers Convention could be really useful. So, here we go. Plenty of shovels. We're in the Weald, so plenty of torches too. No, 4 shovels should be enough. Plenty of anti-venom. A few bandages. Some medicinal herbs. Keys are always necessary. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted more torches. And plenty of food. Alright. We haven't forgotten anything. Let's do this. 1 boss fight and 1 mission to train up some of the new recruits. And we have to take on the 3rd incarnation of the cannon, too, so we need more experience in the Weald. Okay, everyone. I don't care what you're doing. If you're doing something else, stop for a second. I want you to appreciate just how bad of a map we have. This is honestly the worst map I have ever seen for this kind of a mission. This is going to be a bit of a trek. We're going to be walking for a little while. No, we're going to be walking for a lot of while. Okay, and of course the solution for the mummy is bandages. Okay, and we found our first medicine. This is, unless we're incredibly lucky and every medicine is in a single wing of this map, there will be backtracking. There will be much, much backtracking. Okay, how poisoned are you? Okay, Vayne is only a little bit poisoned. Okay, big money, big scouting, big scouting. Curio. Just a battle, and then... So, unless it's in this hallway or this room, the rest of the quest objectives, there are no more in this wing. But I can't be sure there are no more in this wing, so I have to check this room anyway. Yep. This is really the worst possible map we could have gotten for this. Actually, I'd say we're okay for supplies. Alright, and more... And we got some otherworldly corruption. This is a pretty bad enemy composition. Let's see. I'm gonna pistol shot one of the batteries, see if we can get rid of it. Dazzling light on the towering ectoplasm. I'm gonna mark one of the batteries for death. And now, let's see if sniper shot can one-shot it. It can. Still have to deal with mark prey. Oh, or we don't, because it missed. That works too. Cytokinesis. Okay, so the giant ectoplasm can copy itself to make regular ectoplasm. Okay, let's mark the big ectoplasm for death. Let's stun the small ectoplasm if we can. And pistol shot also deals extra damage to marked enemies, but I'm just going to have you focus on the battery. Ah, Rain of Blight. It's even worse than blanket fire. And let's see how much health we can take away in one shot. 9? 9? Okay, 14. That's at least a little better. Okay, Grape Shot Blast. Can't hit the one all the way in the back. That battery is going to last. Okay, there. Vane is showing you how much damage you should be causing. Alright, Judgment. Because of Cytokinesis, I want to kill them all in a single round. So we have to tolerate one more Rain of Blight. And the Vestal is really quite poisoned. But they can't use Cytokinesis unless there is... Whoa. Unless there is an empty space. So... Alright. Get some anti-venom and heal everyone. So... If we kill them all in one round, no problem. Suppressing fire to take out 2 of the 3. Okay, Vane, the only thing I need you to do is not miss. Good job. Good job meeting the minimum standards. They were low standards, but you managed to live up to them. Now let's see what... It would be the Collector. And he got the first turn, too. Okay, Sniper's Mark. I have a plan. And Pistol Shot also deals extra damage to marked enemies, which is helpful. Okay, Dazzling Light on the Man-at-Arms because we don't want him using Defender. Alright. Yep, and if we can drag him into melee range, so now he can't use Collect Call to retreat because he already has 3 heads. So now he is in exactly the wrong position if he wants to live. Alright. Because now all 3 of my mark exploiting attacks can hit him. It still is going to take a few hits for him to go down, though. But yeah, we've gotten to the point where encountering the Headhunter is pretty much uneventful. I never really thought I'd be here. Oh, and the Man-at-Arms has decided to be stupid. I'm not sure whether he's just an idiot or whether he's rebelling against his master. But if he'd used head games to protect the Headhunter, we'd be in a lot worse trouble. As is, Sword of All could use some healing, which I can provide. But we've basically managed to reduce the Collector to just being a speed bump. Okay, get some bandages, and a sniper shot, and there we go. You know, I kind of wish that the Collector had some lore. I'm going to drop the extra shovel. I kind of wish that the Collector had some lore like the other bosses have, so you could find out where he came from or why he exists. Because I'm honestly really curious. Like, a lot of the bosses have a lot of history explaining what they are, what their motivations are and stuff. I'm really interested to know how the collector came to be. Okay, Grape Shot Blast is great against a group like this. Right. Unfortunately, I don't have anything that removes stealth, so... Ooh, critical. Unfortunately, the quivering ectoplasm can use cytokinesis, so that's a bit of a problem. And it has vulnerability hex, except its vulnerability hex hits multiple targets. Embrace the dark. Oh, yay, horror. Or wait, no, not... Oh. And it used it. Yep, it used it. Here we go. Infinitely replicating slime. Let's hope we can remove the two of them relatively quickly. In the meantime, I'll just let Sword of All handle the crone. Okay, now we just have this guy. Alright. You know, Lovett, you are going to go far in this operation. Actually, I have to leave the Onyx here. This would be an interaction for holy water if we had some. And now is when we find out that there are no medicines at the end of this hallway, and we came here for no... Oh, nope. I'm not sure which would be worse, coming all this way for nothing, or knowing that they did actually place a quest item all the way at the end of this path. Because both of those are kind of depressing, just in different ways. Let's see. I'm going to focus on taking out the grabbers. Alright. Okay, Vane is going to be on the receiving end of Rend the Marked in a moment. That's always wonderful. Yep, and we got another disease. Okay, mark this one for death. Okay, fortunately Vane is pretty durable. Alright. Sort of all... Use rampart... I mean, sniper shot to... Okay. Perfect. I expect Rend the Marked to do more damage than that. I don't know, maybe I'm just a pessimist. And Grape Shot Blast is up to its usual standard. Honestly, I don't even need to worry too much about marking enemies, considering the fact that particularly Collect Bounty deals extra damage to human. Though, one battery manages to survive. Oh, and it's in range to use Escape Cloud. I was worried about that. I honestly am more worried about Escape Cloud than I am about Rend the Marked. Though it isn't really doing as much as I was expecting it to. And now we have a Arablest who can only heal. Well, healing is good. Alright, the grabber is not going to go down easy, because, well, it's the durable frontrunner enemy. They never go down easy. Just ask the cultist champions or the Pelagy champions for the same information. Okay, actually gonna have to drop a stack of gold for the supplies anyway. And now we get to wander all the way back through the entire area that we came through, probably dealing with the improbable respawning hallway battles and the even more improbable respawning traps to find the last medical bag. Remind me again why I thought this mission was a good idea. Well, because a caregiver's convention with a fully upgraded sanitarium is extremely useful. Though we've already managed to gain at least one disease in the process of getting medicine to treat disease. And We got our standard backtracking hunger. I swear these heroes, like, they don't stress eat, they boredom eat. Like, when they're fighting enemies and stuff, they're not as hungry, but when they're just ambling through the dungeon, that's when the hunger sets in. So they're just idly munching on vital supplies as they wander through the dungeon. Yep. See what I mean? No hunger going all the way outward, but when we're backtracking, we get hunger twice over the same distance. That entirely makes sense. And now, into uncharted territory. And I already don't like uncharted territory. Oh, yo. Okay, we got another corpse guy here. They've been proliferating, the people who just investigate fresh corpses without any kind of proper treatment. Seriously, Vane, I'm going to take you back to the hamlet, and I'm going to show you a little thing called aseptic technique. Trust me, it's important. And a ghoul, because of course... And the Vestal's in position 1, because of course she is. Alright, that's at least a step in the right direction. But yeah, this managed to go wrong before we even got to do anything. Okay, just mark the ghoul for death. Open a vein on it. It has low bleed resistance, that's good. And sort of all shoot it. Okay, one more hit from pretty much anything and it's gone. That just leaves the crone. Alright. Yep, come hither. I should have used mark for death. Alright. Let's use dazzling light on the crone. See if we can at least get her not to act this turn. Okay, this should do it. Yeah, and... Okay. And now the tenacious crone is all by herself. I don't think the Vestal will be able to finish her off, but we can at least wear her down. Love it. Will you do the honors? And, of course, our requisite unnecessary critical. Right. Pretty quick get back in formation. What was the Vestal doing all the way in the front? Drop the herbs for the crests. Honestly, with Vane's proclivities, we're probably not going to get to use the herbs anyway. Seriously, you guys have been surprised more often than you haven't. What is your problem? Okay, the Vestal is just going to have to stay in this position. For now. Okay, that's better. Let's see. Sniper's Mark wouldn't do a lot of good. You know, suppressing fire to reduce their accuracy and critical chance. That's... Yeah, let's go with that. Because they can't mark you if they can't hit you. Unfortunately, they can apparently do both. Right. Well, let's exploit the fact that the gladiator's human. Oh, great. And Rend for the Old Gods deals extra damage to the marked, doesn't it? Rend the marked for the Old Gods, I guess. Right. Let's see. Dazzling Light has a 130% chance to stun, so it still can stun even with the buff. Didn't, though. Alright. Let's use Open Vein on the cultist. There we go. Why is Rend the Marked doing so little damage, I wonder? And now is the moment that I realize that it's not recording the game audio. All you have is my voice to listen to, apparently. There's not a whole lot I can do to fix that without closing the game, so we're just going to have to stick with it for now. Well, let's kill the last of these guys, and now we just have the fungal batteries to deal with. Alright. And Judgment missed. I think you need to tell God to just kind of correct his aim a little bit. So yeah, big guy, a little to the left. That's where the enemy is. Ah, yay, Rain of Blight, my favorite kind of weather. Alright. There's Judgment on the battery. Critical Judgment. And it uses Escape Cloud. I was hoping one of our front runners would get a turn before it got to do that, but... well, there it goes. Of course, the critical that would have killed it from full health happens when it's already critically damaged. Again. Ah, criticals. Never there for you when you need them. Alright. And still no scouting. And still plenty of hunger. I mean, it isn't backtracking hunger, but it's still hunger. And gold that we have to leave behind. Okay, and we have some scouting. At this point, the scouting kind of doesn't matter. The quest objective is somewhere along this path. And we just keep walking in a straight line until it shows up. Or until we all die of starvation, boredom, or murder. Whichever one comes first. I suppose scouting could reveal hidden rooms. Ah, maggots. I suppose compared to the eldritch abominations, we're all kind of maggots. Okay, dazzling light on... lasers it on the maggot. It won't kill the maggot, but it could stun the maggot. But it didn't stun the maggot. Sniper shot will... okay. Well, that was uneventful. And more gold we can't carry. And are we really doing this? Is there really are the two quest objectives really going to be on the two farthest points of the map from each other? Are we really doing this? Okay, so it's only in the second farthest room. It is technically not as bad as it could be. It's still pretty bad. This may actually be the worst map we have ever seen. This is ridiculous. This is the most ungenerous map I have ever had on a mission. So, we're going to make you go everywhere. Everywhere. We want you to see every inch of this area before we let you have your medicine. Alright, and it's raining poison again. I should have brought an umbrella. And Sortival is now diseased twice. And we're out of antivenom too. I didn't even drop it, we're just out. There's been a lot of poison. Ooh. Alright, Vane, collect bounty on this one. Because Grape Shot Blast can kill one of the grabbers and the other guy. Or it can kill neither of them, just to make a liar out of me. Okay, finally something is dead. Alright, two things are dead. And we got more poison showers. Those are supposed to clear up by the early afternoon. In the meantime, we're just going to have to hope the medic can keep up with the constant rain of poison. Okay, love it redeeming himself from last turn. Okay, we can drop the food for the deeds. And we can drop the torches for the satchel. And we're getting out of here right now. Sometimes I feel like the game is deliberately tormenting me. Other times, I know the game is deliberately tormenting me. Still, we got a pretty good haul. And we're back to having 2 champion Vestals and a champion bounty hunter. And we have a kleptomaniac Vestal again. Well, we have our caregivers convention, and that's going to be the end for this episode. Thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again next time.